All right. So social media was like this incredible opportunity because it helped people significantly through their miserable lives. What does social media do? Okay. So again, let's talk about what's involved in social media.
Well, it connects people.
Right? So there is a sense of connection. We can always characterize it as false or weak or an illusion of connection, but it does exist. You know, I cannot meet my mom and dad or live in another state, and and that's the other thing. You see some of those kids, they graduate high school, and the first thing that comes to mind, I want to go to college as far from home as possible. And so some kids like in this community, we have UC Davis, we have, Sac State, even Berkeley, some closer schools 2 hours away, UC Hastings, whatever. They go to like Tucson, Arizona. What are you studying at Tucson, Arizona? I'm getting a business degree. I mean, if you go to Yale or Princeton to study physics, okay, I get it, right? If you have a scholarship, to whatever Columbia, I understand. But you go to a school that is ranked significantly lower than your local schools. What does that tell you? That the intention is not learning or education. The intention is, I want to cut myself off. I want to sever my connections with my community, with my culture, with my family, with my faith. I just want to explore life, okay? And so in Tucson, you're going to need some connections. I mean, we're not going to let you live in Tucson, from the school to the bar and from the bar to school, right? We have to give you the semblance of connection. What else happens? People who, instant gratification, exactly. Validation. I'm just going to throw something out there. I have 1,000 friends, so I'm going to post something. If I get 25 likes, hey, that's not a bad day's labor, right? At least I got something. They're not going to say to themselves, well, 975 people disagreed with me. They're just going to find happiness in the fact that 25 people did agree. And when people do disagree, what do we do to them? It's just like a cockroach, like this, right? Completely crushed, like they never existed before. So it leads to cancel culture. It's very easy to cancel people, very easy to act obnoxiously, very easy to act in a manner that you would not act in the real world. You're completely not being yourself. It's the absolute worst manifestation of yourself. It's like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde.
Keyboard warriors.
Sorry?
Keyboard warriors.
Keyboard warriors. So lots and lots of illusions. Mm-hmm. What's a fancy word for that? Living vicariously. You experience success by peeking into other people's lives. All right? And you give yourself the illusion of projecting an image of success. So you take one snapshot of you, standing in the deserts of Arizona, taking a picture with a cactus tree in the background. Oh, Arizona is awesome. And then you post it on social media, and then you walk back to your car in your depressed life. Right? Anyone from Arizona here? Yes. You're from Arizona?
I just want to add something to this. This actually goes back to social media, which is a very philosophical question. That sometimes you ask, have you ever asked yourself, why do you smile when you're taking a picture and not show your real emotions? Like it happened to me because I had a picture of one with my brothers. We're all smiling, and someone come to me and tell me, "MashaAllah, all beautiful smile." And I told him, that time it was the most miserable time of my life.
Mm-hmm.
But I was smiling.
I had to.
Yeah. And again, it comes to where when photography was invented, we try to trick ourselves. We always want happiness. We always want to remember ourselves happy. So we smile. Can you imagine taking a picture without smiling? Try it.
Yeah, that'd be quite comical. I mean, people do when they take their mug shots. Yes.
Can we say that social media leads to polarization and the idea that I'm always right?
Yeah, which comes back to validation and cancel culture, but definitely polarization. Okay. Absolutely. Glorification of material things.
Could it also lead to depression because you see all these people successful, the focus on the persona rather than character will eventually take away from the otherwise attention that you would have put on character.
I'm sorry, Hassan, can you repeat that?
So the focus, social media, it fosters a shift of focus on persona rather than real character, because that's what really, I mean, they don't even see my face. They don't know what I look like.
Can you come from the other door, brother?
Images,
Uh,
right. Now illusion leads to being content.
persona versus
Character.
character. I'm sorry, brother?
We were going to stand up for Jamaat.
Yes, we will pray, inshallah, as a group after we're done with the class. Yes. Jazakallah khair. Thank you so much. Persona versus character.
So now character is
Yes.
matters less.
It's the image versus the content, basically.
Performance mode, I think goes along with that. Like, I think it was just in the news of lady was filming her and her son, and then people were filming the cameras were rolling. Oh, you need to look more sad. Can you cry? Like,
Oh my God.
always be kind of ready to, you can't just sit around your house, let's say, with no makeup on. You have to look perfect because you have to take some pictures of your dinner, of your kids, whatever.
The degradation of actual food quality.
Jeez.
It just has to look nice. It doesn't have to taste good.
Yeah, it doesn't have to
anymore.
taste good.
That's the worst.
Yeah. It goes back to persona versus character. But here's the kicker. Who produces content on social media? It's just us, guys. It's the very depressed people that seek help from social media to find meaning in their lives. They're the ones that are producing the content. I go to the doctor because I want the doctor to give me medicine. But this is, I go to the doctor and there's no doctor. So I will produce my own medicine, basically. It's self-medication. So as people are being co-opted by the machine of capitalism, right? And as they are being cut off from all forms of support system, and as their faith is already shaky, right? They are being now asked to find mitigation in all of this by producing their own content from these same troubled minds that are suffering in the first place. They are the ones that are being asked to provide content in order to soothe themselves into some type of a fake perception of reality that will just keep them going a little bit longer. Everyone has cancer, everyone has heart disease, everyone has mental health problems, right? And it's becoming pervasive, and the curve is going up like this, and we keep doing the same exact things. And that's why when people ask me, why don't you post on social media? I mean, it's like I have 150,000 people, followers, whatever, between the different accounts. And they think that this is some type of a choice that I'm making because I don't want to waste my time or because it's some kind of piety or whatever. I always say I'm philosophically opposed to this at a very, very fundamental level. And it's not for any practical reasons. I am philosophically opposed to its existence because I think that this is a huge distraction from us understanding what is going on in our own lives and finding ways to fix that. Okay, this is the self-fulfilling prophecy of pain. Right, sister?
I would just say for many it's become an addiction.
It absolutely is. Yeah, it incites the same reactions in the brain that cocaine and sugar incite, for sure. Sister?
I would say that it also makes us, I guess you kind of said it, but it makes us desensitized to everything. I mean, I feel like I see 100 GoFundMe's and this, and I'm just kind of like,
Well, because you look at it, you're scrolling down the page. It's bombing in Gaza and like 168,
Mm-hmm.
and then the very next thing is Kim Kardashian and like So yeah, what is your mind? What's your mind making out of this?
Do you see how much trouble we're in?
Yeah. Can we say that it also gives you an incentivation as opposed to I don't know, it gives you this false idea that maybe if you just worked harder, you conformed more, maybe you would be as successful as those happy people on Instagram.
So more illusions, basically.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. More illusions.
And I think it's still related to the capitalism, just what Havana said. I mean, it just feeds back into itself. So work harder, it just loops back to that. Like, I mean, if you want
It
all
becomes the
these
solution,
things.
right? Like it becomes the solution
You're right.
to further the problem.
Again, it's as they say, association does not always imply causality. So I cannot create a causal relationship here between the schooling system / social media and atheism, but we can definitely find tremendous associations between the rise of those systems and people just generally speaking losing their faith. I mean, the 20th century, Bismarck was what, like late 1800s? The 20th century basically witnessed this gradual decline in our commitment to God, in our devotion to our commitment to the idea of God. Never before in human history had that been a problem. We've never lost our faith in God.